are currently on, what street is this? I think Town Street in Skid Row, Los Angeles, California.
What's your name and how old are you?
Chi BB 18 and yeah.
How long you been out here for?
3 weeks.
And what brought you out here?
An opportunity, random experience, but just trying to fulfill the dream.
Fulfill what dream?
The American one.
The American dream, what's, define that, elaborate on that.
Moment of opportunity, taking opportunity and not taking anything for granted, because you never know, you might not get that chance again. And if you don't take it, you never know what you missed out on.
So you're originally from LA?
No sir, I'm from Oregon, Salem.
And would you say it's a lot of opportunity here in LA?
There's definitely a lot of things to do and a lot of people, and it's a good way and a good place to, you know, maybe network and build connections.
So would you say that you're currently homeless?
No.
So what are you doing? What are you doing out here right now?
Building network and connections.
So would you say that you're currently addicted to anything?
There's no such thing as an addiction. I say we all have our times for things, and we all know when it's time to put those things down. For drug use is a big problem, and I think it can contribute to homelessness. It is a big part of, you know, maybe why some people could be comfortable in the streets, because, you know, at the end of the day, we all have our issues, we all have our situations, and we all cope with them differently. Whether being sober helps you and being around your friends and your family, people that you love, doing activities that you love, if that's what helps you live your life, that's what helps you. If doing drugs and if adrenaline, doing things that suit your needs is what fulfills your human experience, then that's what you just have to do. Drugs can contribute to that, because whether you're smoking in your house, whether you're smoking in the streets, whether you have a house and you do drugs, whether you have a house and you still do drugs, or whether you don't have a house and you still do drugs, it's still just trying to enhance the human experience to, I wouldn't say the fullest potential, because eventually that does come to an end, but to a certain point to where you can feel better, or just a new feeling or different experience than you get on a daily basis.
So would you say majority of the people who are in school are addicts?
Not necessarily. I'd say addiction is a disease, and it really does impact the mind and the brain, and that's what causes it to, whether it's dormant and whether you relapse on a drug after you get clean, or whether you stay clean for the rest of your life. That's why it's a disease, because it can come back if you let it. That's the thing, it's tricky. It's a disease that is not triggered by anything in particular. It can be triggered by your environment, but it's strictly your mind. If you can have self-control, and if you can be in control of the drug and not let the drug control you, you have full capability to stay clean. People out here may have habits, people may use for recreation, people could have an addiction, but it's all dependent on your use of self-control and your need to, I guess, dependency, level of dependency. So no, I wouldn't say everybody has an addiction. I don't know everybody's level of use and why people use. They're all factors of addiction.
So would you say your willpower out here to stay clean is, you know, it's hard to stay clean out here?
Not out here in particular. I mean, from a small town, you know, there's homelessness everywhere. It's an issue that's hard to conquer, because I don't think we'll ever be in a point, especially in today's economy, to where everybody will be in a house. Unfortunately, like, it's expensive. A lot of people can't afford it. every day, even middle class people have trouble affording it. And whether that's working 1 or 2 jobs to pay your bills or to take care of your family, some people out here, even the people with jobs like that, it's like with mental illness and with, you know, like mental illness, chemical dependency, kids, everything. There's a lot of factors to it. There's a lot of stuff that contributes to how much you can handle, how much pressure you have, and the need and the will to make money is pretty hard these days. But if you want it, you want it. Not to say if you don't want it, you're not going to get it. But if you don't want it, you will find ways to get what you need. Some people don't need that much money. Some people are content. Me personally, I don't work right now. I'm content as fuck, okay? Like, when I need something, if I'm hungry, yes, I'm gonna get the money for what I need. But I don't feel the need to go out of my way to make tremendous amounts of something that I don't even know what I'm trying to spend it on. And I'm content living my life like that. Homelessness is a social issue. Socially is a problem, and it only contributes to a label. Okay. It's a social label because it puts a title on people. This whole row and this whole street, the street title, Skid Row, put labels on everybody in here automatically. Whether that was homeless, whether that was drug addicted, or anything of the sort, it put a label and a stereotype on everybody here automatically. And, you know, I don't think it's really correct because maybe not everybody here is drug addicted. You know, I can't really say maybe not everybody here is homeless, but think about it, maybe not everybody is. There's buildings here, and this is still considered Skid Row. And those people still have houses, so it's like, I think it's just a matter of how you view it. Everybody here is still people, all still human at the end of the day. And some of these people out here that I've met seem to have more of a human heart than some people that I've met with houses and with everything that they consider a necessity. Because, you know, Future said more money, more problems, but I think the need and desire for materialistic things is the problem. And when you can put all that aside, you can truly feel what it means to feel and to want to feel. You can connect with more people. If someone steals, like, let's say you got a fucking bag for $1,000 and someone steals that and it was your best friend, and you drop that person because of that, you just cut off a whole relationship because some materialistic shit. Like, it's not that important, but you saw it as that because you put your time, your effort, which you made that money for, and you just cut off that whole time that you spent to build that relationship. So it's about how you view it. Materialistic, and maybe depressed. Homeless, maybe depressed. Happy in a home, happy in the streets. But you can still have your family in the streets. You can have your family in a house. It's really about environment. It can be hard to stay clean out here because everything, you know, it's no secret there's drugs out here. There's drugs everywhere. Like, I'm not even gonna say this is America because it's the whole world. Drugs are a profitable network and people have figured that out. So, you know, with things like that to be everywhere and in such a common place, it is kind of hard to know that you can really just go close to you, you know, and have that available. Like, you know, if you're trying to stay away from junk food and all you have is 7-Eleven, McDonald's, Wendy's, and Whataburger around you, and no like fruit or, you know, like stuff like that, it's kind of hard to maintain and stick to your diet. But with the right mindset and the right approach, you can do it. You know, it might be hard to stay and eat clean, but you can meal prep. There's no excuse that you should not have your food prepared every single day. If you're really committed and if you're really putting your mind to doing something that you know that you're passionate about, you will get it done. you know?
So would you say it's dangerous for women out here?
It's dangerous for anybody, to be honest. People don't know how to drive. People don't slow down. People don't give a f. Like, yeah. For women, I mean, it's dangerous for women anywhere. Like, men will... No, I don't even say just men. It could be women, too. No woman has personally ever came up on me like that. It's always been men. But men will just sit there and just chat. But you know what? It's like only... how do I put this? If you allow it to get to you, then it'll get to you. If you can assert yourself and, I guess, put your foot down to the people that try to call on you like that and stuff, it's easily dismissive, and those people understand. If you can get your point across and you can say it sternly, you have no issue. Not necessarily no issue, but most of the time people just leave you alone. And people don't want to bother you. People don't want no trouble. People just, I guess everybody has their needs. And everybody's always trying to get them met, but not for me.
So you said you're 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are your plans? Where do you see yourself a year from now?
A year from now, excuse me. Excuse me. A year from now, hopefully maybe back in school. Hopefully, I'm not gonna say hopefully with the job, because I'm trying to work on that right now. Maybe if I have one by then, to have maintained it and to, save up some money. Not necessarily towards anything. I guess, you have to pay for college, but hope to be on, like, financial aid, some shit like that. It's free money. And I want a family, Responsibility is a big part in that. Not to say I'm not responsible, but another thing too is with drugs, you can never doubt somebody and say that nobody is at their full potential, and nobody can ever reach their full potential because they use drugs, are on drugs, have experimented with drugs. Like, some people will really try to put in you, oh, you did this, like, you smoked that in the past, that really f***ed up your mind. Whether it's a joke or not, that's really a key. That's really a key to disrespect for some people, and they will try to use it. But, like, no, drugs will never ever bring anybody down. Again, it's your mindset. You can be high as f*** all day. You can go to work. You can be high as f*** all day. You can sleep all day. You're up all night. You can still go to work in the morning. It doesn't have any discrimination, and there's no judgment. It's about how bad you want to do it. Like, what was I on about? Okay. Okay, what was I saying in the first part? Like, this is crazy. Man.
It's all about addiction.
Judging people who use drugs.
I guess, like, it really has no judgment. You can't judge anybody for using drugs, and you can't blame someone's success or someone's failure, or there's never really that much failure. You can't we all have our low points. We all have our times when it gets hard, whether that lasts you only a day, whether that day turns into a week, whether that week turns into a month, that month, year, and years on. It depends on you, and it depends on how quickly you can recover from that. Whether it's only an hour in a day, like, if you can boost yourself up mentally, and if you can get to that point, it's like, from getting mad and feeling like that and having that angry feeling to eventually calming down. That's, I guess, what I call recovering, like, you're back to a normal state, calm state, content state. But for some people, especially when you use drugs, it's not always like that, and that can continue on for a while. And until you can figure that out, that that's actually how you're feeling, once you realize there's a problem, it's only then that you can find a solution or even look for a solution. So when you can do that, then you can pull yourself out of it. If you're not using drugs, it's still not an issue. Still a natural thing to have your emotions and to have your feelings, but it's more readily apparent to you, and you can recover faster, come back to your normal state, because you're not raised in any type of chemical in your mind. No dopamine, no adrenaline, no nothing like that. You just become content because your mind balances itself out, as it should.
So would you say people judge you out here?
People judge me everywhere. Like, I don't know why. Everybody, like, whether it's good or bad, you know, people talk to me, people call out to me, I say everybody, I like your outfit. I like everybody's outfit, okay? Even Tom over here, he's looking very simple, but you know, that's just the kind of guy he is, I can tell. But you know, everybody gets judged, whether people know you, whether they don't know you. People can love you, people can hate you. People is always going to talk shit about you. If it's your family, they're going to talk shit about you. You know, if you're a parent, your kids probably talk shit about you. You know, it's really that simple. Like, hate has no discrimination, and a bad attitude has no discrimination. For everybody has one, whether some people have them more than others. If you're projecting and if you're feeling those emotions and you are incontent with yourself, that's going to lead on and project onto other people. And it's a vicious cycle because other people can notice that, and you know, it's energy. It's going to spread. It just spreads like that. And especially to be in such a big city, it's just more energy. Faster spreading.
By you being so young out here, people try to take advantage of you?
People can try to take advantage of you anywhere. Again, it's about mental and mindset. If you let yourself be taken advantage of, and if you have foolish intent, you know, there's probably more of a chance to get a foolish outcome. To take advantage of someone is to use their vulnerability to your advantage. And I think my vulnerability doesn't lesser or lower my intelligence, but not necessarily, no. I mean, the only thing I can say, it's pretty much daily at this point, but people just, you know, like, just call out to you. People just want you, and it's like, yeah, I understand. Like I said, we all have our needs, but it's just like, damn. And then sometimes to even like, excuse me, to even know some people and to talk with people that you genuinely want to talk to, you know, that like, beautiful, 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 bonita. People that you want to talk with and that you want to have a conversation with and that you're willing to put time into to build a friendship and to, you know, I want to say build your intelligence, because human interaction is all about what you can learn from other people. You know, I feel like you guys came together for a reason. You guys had something in common, something of likeness that you all dwelled on and that you built a relationship off of, and now you're here. So I think that's an important part of, you know, why we all click with who we click with. So when you find that, and when you can search for people, or when you find people that you see that in, and you want a genuine friendship, but sometimes all people want is fun, you know, like too fun. It can be kind of, sad, you know? And I don't even really want to say sad because it doesn't make me feel sad. It kind of makes me feel more sadder for them, because it's like, damn, you really could have had a good friendship. You really could have had a good homegirl. Like, yeah, sex is a part of the world, you know. Excuse me. This is the adulterous generation. And it's like, it is a problem. But I don't see it as a problem. You know, I just see it as people, I don't want to say ignorant, but some people refuse to pick up a Bible. Some people refuse to even hear any type of word of God. Some people will shut down any form of talk about God. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not gonna say I used to be the same way, but I was very ignorant to the fact of like, oh, well, you know, someone told me, oh, you need to pick up a Bible. Kind of take it offensively because it's like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, what are you trying to call me? To me, that sounds like you're calling someone demonic, you know? But it's really not. It's like the word of God was meant for us. We're human beings to that man, from that man. And to be in that place with him, it can honestly help you feel something you've never felt before. I was so close with God at one point, and that's the point when I felt I knew myself. And I felt like I was, you know, we all take little pieces of each other. That's why trends start. We all use little pieces to, you know, find the clothes we like or find the music we like, and it's just likeness again. And you don't even have to know someone to like the same song as them. But music does help with connectivity. And, you know, when you can find God, you build your own individual relationship with him. And you can truly feel what it feels like to be yourself, to be a true individual, but to truly feel like you have a place, like you're not judged. When you try to be yourself in a crowd of other people, there's chance of judgment, there's chance of everything. And God will only judge you on the day of judgment. That's the only time. So when you can truly be individual and when you can truly be yourself, you don't feel the need to follow everybody else. You don't feel the need to go with the crowd. You don't feel the need to fit in and do stupid shit just so you can have friends or so you can have company. Because when you're truly content with yourself, you're truly content with the life that you live, and influence does not impact you. In this situation, like we say around the world, so not particularly here, but like homelessness or drug addiction.
All over the world. Drugs and homelessness. As a unit that's all over the world. So from your personal experience, what advice would you give someone to not be in this situation or to get out of this situation?
I would say always put your best foot forward. You know, whether you're young and it comes to the point of being at school and you feel like you need to do extravagant things to fit in with people and to make friends or have friends, you don't. Because eventually you'll get older, and sometimes if you do really extravagant shit, you'll regret it more than if you were to just have stuck by yourself. To have friends is to feel good and to feel validated in a sense, because you have someone there. And again, you're going to connect with people that probably like the same things as you. So you're going to feel validated in the sense that when you do something, those people can praise you for it. If you put on a good outfit, and if y'all all have your certain style that you like to wear as a group, they're going to validate you for it and tell you that you look good in it. And you know, that can be on a lesser or major scale, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing drugs with those people say, yeah, sure, let's go smoke. And they'll validate that opinion. They'll validate that choice, which can lead to more harm in your future. If you're in the street, sometimes to be to yourself, sometimes to learn how to find activities that's not always talking with people or being around groups and crowds of people, is to save your energy. And is to be vigilant. You need to be vigilant of the people that you're around people that you're giving your energy to, the people that you're giving your time to, the people that you're putting your intentions towards, whether they're good or bad, because all that shit subconsciously, whether you realize it or not, is going to circle around. And it's just a big whirlpool. And when you take yourself and you multiply it by everybody in this world, that's where the space-time continuum comes in. And you know what? That's a whole nother thing. But, oh, be careful. But, it's like, that's where everything comes in. You know, we all make our choices. There's so many people. The butterfly effect. If I would have did this differently yesterday, how would today be? Who knows? And I can't go and change that. But you can be a better person in the day moving forward and walking forward. For if you're discontent with your situation and it bothers you, you're probably, you know, I'm not going to say you're not going to change it in a day, because who knows, you know, there's always that one person, the go-getter, who will be a billionaire overnight. And even then, you can win $1 billion overnight and your situation could still be the exact same. Because the issue is not always homelessness for some people. Yeah, sure, you could get $1 billion and you could get a home, get property, whatever you want. But if your main root problem is a mental health issue or something within, that $1 billion is not going to help you at all. You can have $1 billion and still refuse to go to therapy. Like, that's it. It's human choice, human option. Sometimes you are your biggest obstacle and you are your biggest judger, your biggest enemy. But that's pessimistic. Switch it up. Be your biggest fan, be your biggest supporter, be your biggest person to tell yourself and to give yourself praise. Because when you can give yourself that, you don't need anybody else around you to do that for you. You know, if you don't have both parents, it's easy to let men out here manipulate you or women manipulate you or try to coerce you because you feel that validation and that attention that you never once had, like the mom or dad you never had, you know? And people get sucked into that really easily. And that's a big part of why, you know, prostitution and stuff like that, it's normal these days. But you could do that by yourself, or you could have a pimp. You know, kind of a broad example, but if you never had a father, you know, I feel like that's honestly a lot of the time where sex work comes in for some women like that. Because number one, they don't have anyone to tell them, like, there's other ways to get your money, you know. It's fast, and that's why people are attracted to that. But to have parents is to tell you and to boost you up and to let you know that you're good enough to put time into yourself, to go to school, to put in the work to get a job, to want to have more for yourself than to be in the street selling your body. But when you have a pimp there in your ear, you have someone in there, you know, just talking, oh, you're so, you know, you're good. Like, it's like speed run of a fatherly or motherly relationship. And it gets to your head. It's love bombing. And that's why it feels so great and it feels so nice. You get sucked into that way quicker than you probably should. And then your actions follow and you do things way quicker without thinking about what you need to be doing and what's really right or wrong. And then comes a bad outcome because you trusted what you shouldn't have. You followed what you probably should have strayed away from. And then it's where irreversible stuff comes in, you know? But if you're really careful, if you can really pay attention to who you're around, pay attention to what goes on around you, pay attention to everything that's happening, you're safe. If you're only in your head all the time, you're safe. But make sure you use your eyes, you know? If you can't use your eyes, well, you can be deaf, or you can be blind. You can have really good ears, but at the same time, like, you're still in a more dangerous situation. Especially in such a big city and with a lot of people. You know, sometimes things are unpredictable. Sometimes people on drugs, excuse me, not everybody on drugs, you know, there's a stereotype like with some people that, oh my God, people on drugs, they can be like, okay. No, it's not like that. You can be a totally sober person and snap mentally and have intentions of going around and doing terrible things. You can be on drugs and the same exact thing can happen. It's not discriminatory, but that's the thing. Can't blame drugs for people's... I like your hair. I like you. I like how you look.
Little girl, how you doing?
Great. But everybody has their intentions. Everybody has their shown intentions, their hidden intentions, their true intentions or false intentions. They're meant to be but not played out intentions. And you'll never truly know. For some people, only pay attention to what's right in front of them, as we should be able to do in this human experience. We should be able to trust and love and live knowing that people are telling the truth and that people have intentions of bringing you up and keeping each other healthy, and should be able to rely on one another. But we have to fear each other. We have to fear brothers and sisters. And foes are made. Enemies are to be had. Friends are to be made. Love is to be taught. Hate is to be agreed. Everyone is to be together. STDs are to be vanished. Family is to come together. Love is to be made. Love is to be shared. Love is to be catered to. Hate is to be oppressed. Hate is to be not in charge, but to be ruled. Hate is to be discontent, unimpressed, and unhappy. But love can show you the heights of the human experience. For it comes with peace, contentness, oneness, wholeness, connectivity, network, joy.
Appreciate your time.
Yes. Mwah. I'm so happy I got this experience. I love Los Angeles. It's cool. But yes, I appreciate you, Todd. I appreciate you, Jay. And I appreciate you.
I wanted to ask one last question or whatever, but we can keep it brief. What does your family think about, what they think about what you're doing?
My family doesn't really know that I'm here. I think my mom might have got a slight idea, but where I am, where I come from, everybody is pretty well connected, and not like LA. LA is an opportunity for connection. Where I come from, you have no choice. It's just that small of a town that it just happens. So, I kind of just wanted to be out here doing my own thing. And I am. I stay connected with who I need to stay connected with, but, use caution. But that's what they taught me. Make smart choices. Leave the obviously dangerous situations alone. But choose your mind. I think all they'd want from me is just to be safe. I want to say one more thing. Use caution when you're out here. For my voice right now, I don't know what it is. Be careful from the food you accept from people. Be careful from the water that you accept from people. Because, like I'm talking about the pimps, and how people will use your vulnerable situation to take advantage of you. People will use your homeless situation and your lack of materials and resources to take advantage of you as well. People will want to give you something simply for the fact that they have advantage over what it is that you are receiving. Be careful. Thank you, Los Angeles. Thank you to Heart of the City for this interview and this opportunity. For I am truly blessed by God. We are truly humble under God. And hold on, let me get a shot with the city. everything shall come to thee. And God bless America if it's good to you. God bless the heart of the city crew. And God bless you, America. Mwah. Thank you. Okay, everybody, this is the Chi Chi Show. And I'm so excited to have you. But we are doing collaboration with Heart of the City, and I have soccer really fast because Tyrese is walking extremely fast. But I am so blessed and I am so happy. And there's a chicken wing on the floor, half eaten, and the mirror was showing. That man is crazy.